This morning, protesters clash with police. The Education Minister ducks for cover as the fallout continues over education reforms. Thailand coup, the army and police seize power as Australians are warned to rethink their travel plans. Police swarm the streets of Adelaide as desperate hunt continues for a notorious fugitive. And parts of Melbourne covered in smoke after two huge factory fires this morning.
This is 10 Eyewitness News with Matt Doran.
Good morning. Outrage over the Abbott government's planned education cuts has turned violent at Sydney University. Riot police were called in as Education Minister Christopher Pyne was targeted by protesters furious about the budget. Matt Moran joins us now live from Canberra. Matt, exactly why was Mr Pyne there?
Well, he was there to adjudicate the John Howard Debating Cup. Now, the Sydney University Liberal Club has labelled these protesters a violent fringe group on the extreme left. A blunt message for an education minister under siege at Sydney University. The budget's free-for-all on uni fees, the focus of their fury. Christopher Pyne arrived underground, avoiding confrontation, but students still clashed with police. Riot police brought in as the violence escalated.
I'd estimate about 40 to 50 riot cops, 10 to 15 standard police officers, pushing students indiscriminately, grabbing them. One of them grabbed my dress and hauled me off and pushed me on my breast.
From time to time, people do go too far, and when they do, it should be condemned.
Well, Bill Shorten hasn't condemned
that. That's nonsense.
Bill Shorten has not
Every person in the Labor Party condemns violence.
But despite the violence, Mr Pyne claims he didn't really notice the demonstrators.
The protesters are a bit misguided, though, of course, because we're actually trying to spread opportunity and make our universities excellent and give people who don't have a degree the opportunity to go to university.
We believe in making university accessible to all. We do not believe, this shows the sheer lunar hypocrisy of the Abbott government.
Labor says people have a right to be angry.
Today it's confirmed that fees could double under your plan.
The Treasurer was also confronted with protesters in Adelaide.
People are entitled to protest, but I hope they recognise that taxpayers are paying for their education.
As far as students are concerned, the Coalition's budget sale job isn't cutting through.
Well, stay with us. Still to come on 10 Eyewitness News, more details on a kidnapping mystery that shocked a neighbourhood in the US. The terrifying moment a group of children received an electric shock in a public swimming pool. A very special tribute on the anniversary of a murder that shocked the world. And what a catch, the incredible moment a child saved after falling from a window. Welcome back. You're with 10's Eyewitness News. More details are emerging about a decade-long kidnapping that shocked a neighbourhood in California. The woman disappeared when she was 15 but managed to escape using Facebook. Cara Finstrom has the story. Well, time now for sport with Matt Suleau. And Matt, Queensland are very confident they're not going to be caught complacent ahead of Origin 1.
Exactly right, Matt. The Maroons may be easing into training, but they say they're as hungry as ever to continue their record run of Origin wins. It's been a relaxed morning for the Queenslanders, enjoying a swim and a ride, with Greg Inglis addressing concerns the team could be caught off guard by the Blues. We'll hear from him later in sport. I'll have a bit more sport later on, including AFL, and Rory McIlroy had his first round since dumping Caroline Wozniacki, so I'll let you know how he went.
Excellent. Looking forward to it very much. Thanks, Matt.
Cheers.
Well, joining us now with an update on all the weather details is Amanda Duval. Amanda, we've got nice conditions around the country, a cracker of a day in Sydney.
Good morning, Matt. We have had some beautiful weather across Sydney. Yesterday we got to 27 degrees. Today we've got tops of 26. And this warm weather will continue right into next week. I would not be surprised if this is a record-breaking warm May. As you can see across New South Wales, not a great deal of cloud cover here. Although we do have a bit of cloud a little further south. It's thanks to a cold front which started moving through the southeast yesterday. As that clears away, though, we will see an easing trend in the showers. Now, a front that's moving through the southwest of WA has triggered some severe thunderstorms thunderstorms here. In fact, for Perth, we've had 39 millimetres of rain. That front will continue to move in an easterly direction, but we'll see westerly winds in behind that because there's a low pressure system sitting behind that, so driving in some strong showers there as well. Meanwhile, we've still got some onshore winds for the Queensland coastline. So for Brisbane, we'll see 1 or 2 showers, but we're also seeing an upper trough moving across the southern interior. As that gets into the southeast a little later on tonight, we could see a thunderstorm firing up as well. There's that sunny top of 26 for Sydney, 19 and partly cloudy for Canberra. Across Melbourne today, we'll get to tops of 19 degrees. Showers are easing out of Canberra, and that's also the case for Hobart and Adelaide as well. Although in Adelaide, we've really only been seeing the showers around the hills area. We've got a top of 22 degrees in Adelaide today, so that's still 3 degrees above the average, while it's a little cooler here for Hobart. We're getting to tops of just 13 degrees. In Perth, the rainfall is easing. We will still see some showers today, but the storms have let up now, and we've got a top of 21 degrees. Matt?
Thanks very much, Amanda. We'll stay with us. Up next on 10 Eyewitness News, the hunt continues for a notorious fugitive in Adelaide. We'll return live to Canberra after angry students protested outside a university. A Sydney man attacked by an alleged thief with a broken glass bottle, and a truck driver very lucky to be alive after his B-double erupted into flames. This is 10's Eyewitness News. More now on our top story. An outrage over the Abbott government's planned education cuts turned violent at a Sydney university. Matt Doran joins us now live from Canberra. Matt, just how tense was this situation? Well, still to come on 10 Eyewitness News, we'll check how the market's performing in the early trade. We'll tell you the latest reason why scientists say red wine is good for you. And could this be the most romantic proposal ever? The guy who went around the world to pop the question. Welcome back. You're with 10's Eyewitness News. New research out of Spain has revealed a dentist's most unlikely ally, the humble glass of red wine. A study published in a food chemistry journal revealed grape seed extract can in fact prevent cavities. It's hoped the breakthrough could lead to new products to ward off dental diseases. It is estimated that between 60 to 90% of the world's population suffers from some form of dental disease. Well, our very own Romeo, Matt Suleau, joins us now for a look at sport. Matty, I want to talk Origin. The Maroons are pretty confident in their build-up.
Yeah, they certainly are, but you're getting ready to propose, eh? Do you want to say anything first?
No, absolutely not. Let's get on with sport.
We'll get straight on to sport because the Maroons say there's no reason to change the relaxed lead-up that has worked for them in the past. The Queensland is enjoying a swim and a bike ride this morning. We'll hear from Maroon star Greg Inglis next. Plus, how this rider avoided serious injury as wet weather caused chaos at the Giro d'Italia. And what's got Rory McIlroy smiling after dumping fiancée Caroline Wozniacki. Welcome back. Queensland feel comfortable. Their subdued lead-up won't pose a problem come next Wednesday's Origin opener. While the Blues have had booze-free bonding sessions and their first day off, the Maroons return to the track after 2 days off, enjoying everything on offer at Sanctuary Cove. Title against Japan on Sunday. We've been talking a lot about the boys ahead of the World Cup. Great to see the girls doing well as well, Matt.
Absolutely, they're killing it. Thanks very much, Matt.
Thanks.
All right, well, coming up next on 10 Eyewitness News, we'll check the national weather forecast with Amanda Duval.
Good morning. The weather has probably been the most unsettled over the past 24 hours than we've seen in a number of days. We've got a strong cold front that's moving through the southwest of WA, and that's actually triggered some severe weather. We've been seeing gusty winds and some heavy downpours as well. Meanwhile, a weak cold front has been clearing the southeast. It has brought through a few showers and has certainly caused some cooler conditions across Tasmania. But a little further north of that, this high pressure system has been dominating much of Australia and allowing for some clear skies and some very warm temperatures. It's also been directing onshore winds for the Queensland coast, though, so we have been seeing persistent showers here, but now we're going to start seeing a few thunderstorms coming through as well. We've got a trough moving through the upper levels of the atmosphere, so showers and thunderstorms in the Channel Country are contracting eastward. They'll reach the far southeast of the state by this evening. So for Brisbane, we could see an evening thunderstorm. So throughout the day across the central and southern interior as well, we'll see some isolated showers and storms. But thanks to those onshore winds, the showers will continue for the east coast, and a few of those will also get into the eastern interior. In Longreach, we'll get to tops of 29 degrees with a possible thunderstorm, particularly throughout the afternoon. Now for New South Wales, some of those showers and storms do get down into the northeast of the state. Elsewhere, it's pretty much dry conditions, apart from in the far south. Thanks to that weak cold front that's moving through the southeast, we will get some showers just getting across the border into southern parts of New South Wales. They'll be most frequent, though, across the western slopes of the ranges. Elsewhere, it is very warm. Temperatures about 7 degrees above average for many places. This could bring us some record warmth for this time of year for many towns across New South Wales. It's also been quite warm in Victoria. Despite that front moving through, we've had some showers, but they've all been contracting eastward throughout the day. This afternoon, though, we could still see a few thunderstorms across northern parts of the state, but we'll notice a bit of an easing trend in any showers elsewhere. Now for Tasmania, we're seeing dry conditions for the northern areas. Elsewhere, we are getting showers, but by this evening, they will ease right back, contracting mainly back to just the far west and also the northeast of the state. The Launceston will get to a max of 17 degrees here with a little bit of cloudy conditions at times. Now for South Australia, we're still getting some thunderstorms through the northeast of the state, and also in the far south we've still got some light showers, but everything is easing right back as that contracts a little further east as well. Temperatures here still remain above average, and that has been the trend for a number of weeks now, and it looks like that will continue for a good another 5 or 6 days to come. Now for Western Australia, the weather has been very unsettled here. We've actually had severe weather in the southwest of the state. We've had thunderstorms bringing gusty winds and some heavy downpours as well. That will start easing back a little later on this evening. And for Darwin, we've got clear skies and sunny conditions also for Alice Springs. But let's see what's ahead for the week to come. In Brisbane, we'll get some thunderstorms coming through by this evening. Showers will continue throughout the day, and tomorrow we'll see the chance of a morning shower, but then drier conditions for the rest of the afternoon. The weekend, in fact, is looking quite nice with tops of 27 degrees. In Sydney, we've got another day of sunshine. 26 degrees is 7 above average, and those temps will remain well above average for the next week to come. We're likely to see our warmest May on record. It's also warm across Canberra. That's a few degrees above average and dry for the next 5 days to come. While across Melbourne, we could see a couple of showers lingering into tomorrow morning, and they will develop again in the afternoon or evening on Saturday night with tops of 17 degrees and a brief shower on Sunday. For Hobart, tomorrow will be a cool one. We'll only get to 13 degrees again, and showers will linger for the next few days to come. For Adelaide, we're going to see drier conditions for your weekend, but for Perth, with some cold fronts moving through the southwest, showers will continue across the weekend. Matt?
Thanks very much, Amanda. Well, updating today's top stories now, and angry protesters have clashed with police at a university as students fight against the federal government's proposed education reforms. The streets of Thailand are being described as volatile after a military coup was declared. And firefighters have had a tough job on their hands battling 2 factory fires in Melbourne. And just before we go, we must say it's with great amount of sadness that we say that was the final morning edition of 10 Eyewitness News. If you might indulge me, just a few very quick thank yous. I couldn't wrap up without thanking the team of brilliant insomniacs who've worked tirelessly and feverishly to put this bulletin to air, morning and early morning news over the past 7 months. They have been brilliant. Special thanks must go to our producers, Reid and Georgie, who have done a tireless job. So that is 10 Eyewitness News for now. We will have updates throughout the afternoon and, of course, all the day's news at 5. Thanks to the viewers too for tuning in.